Germany is a land where history, nature, and imagination weave into one tapestry, where medieval castles rise from misty valleys, and vibrant cities pulse with creativity and culture. From the soaring spires of Cologne Cathedral to the fairy-tale towers of Neuschwanstein, the nation holds within it a timeless dialogue between past and present, stone and spirit. Here, the landscapes are as diverse as they are breathtaking. The Black Forest whispers with ancient myths beneath its emerald canopy, while the Bavarian Alps lift their snow-tipped peaks toward the heavens, mirrored in lakes that shimmer like fragments of glass. Along the Rhine, vine-clad hills cradle storybook towns, where every cobblestone tells of centuries gone by. But Germany is more than monuments and scenery, it is an unseen rhythm, a quiet poetry that flows through its rivers, forests, and streets. In Berlin, modern life beats against the echoes of history. In Dresden, Baroque beauty rises anew from resilience. In Hamburg, the harbor sings with the timeless call of the sea. This is a journey into the essence of Germany, captured in the glow of sunrise over ancient walls, the hush of fog drifting across mountain valleys, and the brilliance of cities alive with light. Join us, as Scenic Earth 4K invites you to discover the wonders of Germany, an odyssey of beauty, mystery, and spirit, revealed in stunning 8K. Standing proudly at the heart of Berlin, the Brandenburg Gate is far more than a monument, it is a symbol of history, resilience, and unity. Its neoclassical columns rise with timeless grace, echoing the grandeur of ancient Athens, while the quadriga, Victoria, goddess of victory, crowns its summit, gazing eternally over the city. Once a ceremonial gateway into the Prussian capital, the gate has witnessed the tides of triumph and tragedy. It stood silent through wars, division, and the Cold War's Iron Curtain, a wall of separation casting its shadow across its arches. Yet when the Berlin Wall fell, it became a beacon of freedom, a gathering place where the world saw hope reborn. At dawn, golden light spills across its sandstone facade, igniting a quiet majesty, while by night, its illuminated arches glow against Berlin's restless energy. The gate is both stillness and movement, a silent storyteller binding centuries into one powerful image. Today, it welcomes travelers from every corner of the globe, inviting them to stand where history turned and where a nation found its voice again. To behold the Brandenburg Gate is to feel the pulse of Germany itself, resilient, radiant, and forever moving forward. Rising like a dream from the Bavarian Alps, Neuschwanstein Castle is a vision woven from stone, clouds, and imagination. Its white towers and soaring spires appear as if conjured from a fairy tale, perched high above emerald forests and cascading valleys, where mist often curls around its walls like whispers of another world. Commissioned by King Ludwig II, the fairy tale king, this castle was not built for defense or power, but as a sanctuary of beauty and art. Inspired by myths, legends, and the operas of Wagner, its halls are adorned with murals that bring epic tales to life, creating a palace where reality and fantasy entwine. At sunrise, golden light crowns its turrets, painting the castle in soft hues of amber and silver, while in winter, snow transforms it into a shimmering kingdom of ice. Each angle reveals a new enchantment, as though the mountain itself shaped it for wonder. Neuschwanstein is more than a masterpiece of architecture, it is a dream eternal, an echo of one man's longing for a world beyond the ordinary. To stand before it is to step into a living fairy tale, where time slows and imagination takes flight. Towering over the city with an almost celestial presence, Cologne Cathedral is a masterpiece of Gothic devotion, where stone becomes light and shadow becomes song. Its twin spires, rising nearly 160 meters into the sky, dominate the skyline, a beacon of faith and endurance that has stood for centuries on the banks of the Rhine. As you step closer, every facade tells a story. Countless statues, arches, and tracery weave together like a tapestry carved from stone, each detail a silent hymn to eternity. Inside, light filters through kaleidoscopic stained glass windows, painting the vast nave in hues of sapphire, ruby, and gold. The air carries a hushed reverence, as if time itself bends beneath the vaulted ceilings. Built across 6 centuries, the cathedral embodies both human perseverance and divine aspiration. It has survived wars, fire, and the passage of ages, yet it stands unshaken, a sanctuary for pilgrims and a wonder for dreamers. When dusk falls, and the spires glow against the twilight sky, Cologne Cathedral becomes not just a monument, but a living spirit of devotion and artistry. To witness it is to feel the pulse of history and the eternal reach of the human soul. The Black Forest is a realm where myth and nature entwine, a vast cathedral of whispering pines and shadowed valleys that seem carved from legend itself. Its name evokes mystery, and indeed, beneath its dense canopy, the world feels both ancient and enchanted, as though the spirits of forgotten tales still linger among the trees. Morning mist drifts gently across emerald meadows, while streams tumble over moss-covered stones, their song echoing softly through the silence. Sunlight filters through the towering evergreens in fractured beams, illuminating hidden paths that lead into the unknown. Here, the air feels rich and pure, scented with resin and earth, carrying the timeless heartbeat of the forest. In every corner, the Black Forest tells a story, of folklore born from deep shadows, of traditions rooted in the land, of timeless beauty that inspires both wonder and reverence. Small villages with timbered houses nestle in its embrace, their charm echoing the rhythm of a slower, older world. As twilight descends, the forest deepens into mystery, its quiet vastness shimmering with an almost sacred stillness. To wander here is to step into a dream where nature's magic reigns eternal, and the unseen becomes profoundly felt. Perched high above the Neckar River, Heidelberg Castle rises like a dream suspended between ruin and glory, its red sandstone walls etched with the memory of centuries. Once a symbol of royal power, today it stands in majestic fragments, a masterpiece of time itself, half palace, half legend. The weathered facades glow warmly in the sun, their Renaissance details whispering of forgotten banquets, poetry, and the voices of scholars who once roamed these halls. Yet there is also a haunting beauty here, for each broken arch and crumbled tower feels touched by eternity, as if the castle has chosen to endure not in perfection, but in poetry. Gardens spill across the hillside, terraces overlooking the old city of Heidelberg, where narrow streets and the river glimmer beneath. At twilight, when the castle is bathed in golden light and the valley drifts into mist, it becomes almost otherworldly, a vision where history and romance intertwine. To walk through Heidelberg Castle is to feel both the grandeur of what was and the quiet strength of what remains. It is a place where ruin transforms into radiance, and the unseen spirit of the past still lingers, watching over the timeless heart of Germany. Oktoberfest in Munich is more than a festival, it is a living heartbeat of tradition, where history, joy, and community weave together beneath Bavarian skies. What began as a royal wedding celebration over 2 centuries ago has blossomed into the world's most iconic folk festival, a gathering that radiates both warmth and wonder. Here, the air hums with music, brass bands filling the tents with jubilant melodies, while the scent of roasted pretzels, sausages, and freshly baked bread lingers in the breeze. Towering beer steins clink in a rhythm of camaraderie, each toast carrying laughter across the vast sea of festival-goers. Yet, beyond the revelry, Oktoberfest is a tapestry of culture, horse parades, traditional costumes embroidered with pride, and dances that echo the timeless pulse of Bavaria. As twilight descends, the festival glows with lanterns and carnival lights, painting the fairgrounds with a dreamlike brilliance. The giant Ferris will turn slowly against the Munich sky, offering glimpses of joy shared by millions, both locals and travelers from distant lands. Oktoberfest is not simply an event, it is a celebration of heritage and humanity. To stand amidst its spirit is to feel a fleeting yet eternal truth, that joy, when shared, becomes a wonder of its own. Hamburg is a city where water and light entwine, a gateway to the world shaped by rivers, canals, and the restless rhythm of the sea. Known as Germany's great port, it carries the pulse of centuries of trade and travel, yet beneath its maritime strength lies a soul that is poetic, layered, and unseen. The Elbe River flows like an ancient lifeline, reflecting bridges and ships that speak of journeys begun and dreams fulfilled. Along its banks, the Speicherstadt rises in red brick majesty, an immense warehouse district that feels both timeless and alive, its narrow waterways shimmering with echoes of history. At night, lights flicker across the harbor, casting golden paths across the water, as if the city itself is guiding travelers home. Beyond its harbor, Hamburg reveals a softer spirit, tree-lined lakes where swans glide in silence, parks that open into stillness, and neighborhoods alive with art, music, and quiet charm. Its churches, with soaring spires, reach skyward like guardians of memory, while the modern Elbphilharmonie gleams on the horizon, a cathedral of sound that embodies the city's rebirth. Hamburg is both anchor and horizon, a place where history, water, and wonder meet, inviting all who arrive to journey deeper. Crowning the Bavarian Alps, Zugspitze rises as Germany's highest peak, a throne of stone and sky where the earth seems to dissolve into the heavens. Its slopes are a vast canvas of snow and silence, sculpted by wind and time, carrying an ancient stillness that awakens something eternal within the soul. From its summit, the world unfurls in every direction, majestic ranges stretching into Austria, Switzerland, and beyond. Clouds drift like oceans below, while sunlight ignites the glaciers and cliffs in hues of silver and gold. It is a place where horizons have no end, where the weight of the earth and the vastness of the sky meet in fragile harmony. Yet Zugspitze is more than a mountain. It is a sanctuary of contrasts, alpine meadows bursting with wildflowers in summer, frozen realms of crystalline beauty in winter. Its cable cars and observatories carry modern footsteps into ancient silence, reminding us that even in our pursuit of progress, we remain small before nature's grandeur. To stand atop Zugspitze is to stand at the edge of the infinite, where the unseen becomes felt, where mountains become mirrors of the spirit, and where Germany reveals a wonder carved not by hands, but by eternity itself. The Rhine Valley is a landscape where river and legend intertwine, a corridor of timeless beauty shaped by flowing waters and crowned with castles that rise like guardians of forgotten ages. Here, the Rhine glides with a quiet majesty, reflecting vineyards that cling to steep hillsides and villages that glow with half-timbered charm. Every bend in the river feels like a passage into myth. Crumbling fortresses watch from high cliffs, their stones weathered yet proud, as if whispering of knights, poets, and the endless journeys of merchants who once sailed these waters. The Lorelei Rock, wrapped in folklore, still echoes with stories of voices carried on the wind, an unseen reminder that nature and tale are inseparable in this valley. In autumn, the vineyards blaze with gold and crimson, their harvest filling the air with the fragrance of wine and earth. In spring, blossoms soften the hills, turning the valley into a vision of renewal. Whether bathed in summer's light or veiled in winter's mist, the Rhine Valley breathes with a spirit that is eternal. To drift along its waters is to witness not just scenery, but a living poem, a journey where history, nature, and legend merge into wonder. Rising with serene grace above Dresden's skyline, the Frauenkirche is more than a church, it is a symbol of resilience, faith, and the eternal beauty of rebirth. Its soaring dome curves like a celestial crown, glowing in soft sandstone hues that seem to capture both the morning light and the memory of centuries past. Destroyed in the fires of war, the Frauenkirche lay in ruins for decades, a silent scar upon the city. Yet from the rubble, stone by stone, it was resurrected, carrying within its walls not only architecture, but the spirit of reconciliation and hope. Today, its Baroque grandeur stands renewed, a living testament to the human will to heal and to create beauty even from brokenness. Inside, the vast dome opens into a sanctuary awash with light and color. Frescoes bloom across curved ceilings, gilded altars shimmer, and music drifts through the air with a reverence that feels almost timeless. Each detail is a hymn carved in stone, an offering to eternity. As twilight falls, and the Frauenkirche glows like a beacon against the Dresden night, it becomes not just a monument, but a miracle, an unseen reminder that from loss can rise radiance, and from silence, song. Resting upon the gentle terraces of Potsdam, Sanssouci Palace is a vision of elegance and serenity, a place where kings once sought solace and where time itself seems to flow more slowly. Built for Frederick the Great as a refuge from the weight of court and empire, its very name, Sanssouci, without worries, whispers of a dream to live in harmony with beauty. The palace shimmers in the light, its graceful facade framed by sculpted vines and crowned by domes that gleam beneath the sky. Rows of terraces cascade down the hillside, draped in vineyards and flowers, creating a landscape that feels like a living painting. Every arch, every gilded detail, carries a refinement that is not heavy with grandeur, but light with poetic charm. Within, the halls glow with Rococo splendor, gilded scrolls, mirrors, and delicate frescoes that reflect both artistry and intimacy. Yet the palace is not merely walls and rooms, it is a spirit, a retreat into the unseen quiet of gardens where fountains whisper, statues keep their eternal watch, and the air itself carries the fragrance of stillness. Sanssouci is a place where the world softens, where power yields to peace, and where wonder reveals itself in gentleness. At the very heart of Munich, Marienplatz unfolds like a stage where centuries of history and daily life intertwine in a seamless rhythm. This square, alive with echoes of the past, is crowned by the soaring neo-Gothic spires of the new town hall, whose intricate facade seems almost woven from shadow and light. Each day, the square awakens to the music of the glockenspiel, its figures dancing high above the crowds, retelling stories of chivalry and celebration that have endured for generations. The sound drifts through the air like a hymn of memory, uniting visitors and locals alike in a moment suspended between wonder and tradition. Yet beyond its architecture and performance, Marienplatz is a living heartbeat. Market stalls brim with color, cafes spill with voices and warmth, and the rhythm of footsteps across ancient stones carries the pulse of a city both timeless and modern. When night descends, the square glows with golden light, its towers illuminated against the Bavarian sky, inviting travelers to pause and breathe in the unseen spirit of Munich. Marienplatz is not just a destination, but a gathering place of stories, where history, culture, and human connection converge in quiet majesty. Tucked deep within the Bavarian Alps, Berchtesgaden is a place where mountains rise like guardians of eternity and valleys breathe with a silence that feels sacred. It is a landscape carved from both majesty and gentleness, where rugged cliffs meet emerald meadows, and crystal lakes mirror the sky with a stillness that belongs to dreams. The town itself rests in quiet harmony with its surroundings, its alpine houses and cobblestone streets carrying the warmth of tradition. But it is the land that shapes its soul. The conic sea, a lake of shimmering glass, stretches into the mountains like a secret passage to another world. Above it, sheer rock walls ascend into clouds, their reflections merging water and sky into one. At dawn, mist drifts through the valleys, cloaking the peaks in mystery, while the evening sun crowns the summits with fire. Every season transforms Berchtesgaden into a new wonder, wildflowers bursting in spring, golden forests in autumn, snow turning the land into a silent cathedral of white. Here, nature does not simply surround you, it embraces you, humbles you, and calls you to stillness. Berchtesgaden is a sanctuary of the unseen, where the spirit of the Alps whispers with timeless grace. Rothenburg ob der Tauber is a town that feels suspended between centuries, a living fairy tale etched in stone and timber. Its medieval walls encircle narrow cobblestone streets where time seems to have slowed, allowing the past to linger in every tower, every archway, every lantern that glows softly at dusk. Half-timbered houses lean gracefully toward one another, their colors warm against the sky, as though whispering stories of merchants, travelers, and artisans who once walked these very streets. Church bells echo across tiled rooftops, carrying with them a timeless rhythm, while market squares open like stages where history and daily life still dance together. By night, Rothenburg takes on an almost mystical stillness. Shadows stretch along its fortifications, and lantern light spills gently across doorways, inviting wanderers to lose themselves in its quiet charm. It is a place where silence is not empty but full, filled with echoes of medieval songs, forgotten footsteps, and the unseen presence of centuries past. To stand within Rothenburg ob der Tauber is to enter a dream both fragile and eternal, where the medieval spirit is not preserved like a relic, but alive, breathing softly in the heart of Germany's timeless soul. As our journey through Germany draws to a close, we leave behind a land where every horizon tells a story, and every stone, river, and mountain breathes with timeless wonder. From the soaring spires of Gothic cathedrals to the hushed stillness of alpine valleys, Germany reveals itself not only as a country, but as a living symphony of nature, history, and spirit. Here, the Rhine flows with echoes of myth, its waters carrying the voices of centuries. Castles rise like dreamlike sentinels above vineyards and cliffs, while towns wrapped in medieval charm invite us into streets that seem untouched by time. In the Black Forest, shadows deepen into mystery, and in the Bavarian Alps, summits reach toward eternity, reminding us of our place within the vastness of creation. Yet beyond the grandeur of landscapes and monuments lies something unseen, an essence that lingers in the silence after church bells fade, in the glow of lanterns across cobbled squares, in the golden light that crowns the evening sky. It is a spirit that connects the past with the present, the human with the eternal. As the music fades, Germany remains within us, a mosaic of beauty, resilience, and wonder. A place where journeys do not end, but continue, quietly, deeply, in memory and in dream. This is the unseen gift of Germany, not just to be admired, but to be felt. And as we depart, it whispers still, inviting us to return, to wander again, and to listen to its eternal song.